Hello, hello, hello. Today we are going to be answering the question, how would I judge RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15? I think this season was pretty good overall, although the winner was really predictable. Let's get into it. So, in the first two episodes we had the variety show, and in my opinion it was judged pretty fairly. Anitra's performance was really iconic, so she's still gonna win, obviously. Marsha, and Jax also did great, and deserved to be in the top, so I didn't change that either. As for the bottoms, originally Lucy LaDuca was low, and I do not agree with it. Yes, her performance was not the best, but the person who should have been low here is Aura Mayari. Amethyst and Irene were the obvious bottom two, and Amethyst definitely won the lip sync, which means that Irene is still going to be the pork chop of Season 15. In the episode 3 we had the acting challenge, and I also switched only one placement. Sasha Colby was hilarious, so she is still gonna win the challenge. Originally Luxx and Lucy were high, but I decided to switch Luxx with Sugar. Sugar's performance was really strong and she kinda carried her whole team, so I think she deserved to be in the top. I agree with all of the bottom placements. Jax is still gonna be low, and Amethyst is gonna lip sync for the second time in a row, this time against Princess Poppy. Once again Amethyst destroyed her opponent, so she's gonna stay in the competition, and Princess Poppy is still gonna go home this episode. Time for the Snatch game, and here I changed a lot. Lucy is still gonna win, as her Joan Rivers was absolutely incredible. Originally Mistress and Marsha were in the top, and they both did do a really good job. However, Amethyst was robbed of being in the top. Her character was as funny as Marsha's, and she had a better runway look than Marsha, so that's why I switched those two. Now listen. I do agree with the fact that Aura, Sugar, and Spice struggled the most, but Sugar's performance was definitely the strongest out of the three. Aura and Spice were, I would say, offensively bad, and Sugar was forgettably bad. Aura's runway look was really good, but I don't think it was enough to save her, so she's gonna lip sync against Spice. Now, do I think Aura can beat Spice? Absolutely. But in this outfit? I don't think so. I don't know what Spice would do without Sugar, but I think she would be able to outperform Aura. We're gonna say goodbye to Aura Mayari, and we're gonna move on to episode 5, which was the design challenge. I completely agree with Luxx winning here. The outfit she made was really stunning. Originally Sasha, Robin, and Malaysia were high, but in my opinion Malaysia is actually the one who should have been low. I don't think her look was good, and I was really surprised when they said she did really well this episode. I was convinced Jax was high, and actually she could have been. Her outfit was clean, and she totally deserved to be safe. Gosh, they hated Jax. Amethyst and Selena are still gonna lip sync, and unfortunately, it was Amethyst's time to go. I absolutely love her, and I would love to see her on All Stars. Next we had the girl groups, and originally Aura Mayari won this challenge, which was so weird. Now she's not even here, and the queen who hands down deserved to win this challenge was Sasha Colby. She absolutely demolished this challenge. I decided to highlight one queen from each group, so Lucy and Luxx are going to be high. I think they didn't want to give Sasha the win here because it would be too obvious that she's going to win the season, but they could have just give the win to Team Country, if that was the case. Anyway, originally Jax and Robin were in the bottom, but as I said they hated Jax for some reason, and it shows here once again. She gave the safe performance, and Anitra absolutely deserved to lip sync this episode. Honestly, I have no idea why they didn't let her do that because she would for sure win against Robin. So, it's time for the acting challenge, and I think we can all agree Malaysia and Mistress should have won this challenge together. They both killed it, and in my opinion, everyone would be fine with both of them taking the win. Marsha and Anitra also worked so well together as a duo, so I kept them high, but originally Aura Mayari went home this episode. Now we have Sugar here instead of Aura, and based on her previous performance in the acting challenge, I think she would be fine. I did not know who to put in the bottom with Jax because Luxx and Spice did a similar job, but I decided to go with Spice. Jax is an incredible performer, and she originally destroyed Aura, and here she would destroy Spice, so Spice is gonna go home a bit earlier than in the original timeline. Now it's time for the lip-sync Lollapalooza Smackdown. In the first round, Malaysia chose Marsha as her opponent, and Marsha absolutely dominated that lip-sync. I have no idea why they all were like, Marsha is an easy target. She did amazing in both lip-syncs she did in the season. Anyways, Marsha is the winner, and it's time for the second round. Lucy originally chose Spice, so now she would for sure chose Spice's sister, Sugar. I don't know what song Sugar would go with, but I think Lucy would still beat her. Round 3. Luxx vs. Selena. Selena absolutely destroyed Luxx in this lip sync, so she's gonna move on to the next episode. In the fourth round, Mistress chose Jax and won the lip sync. Remember when she came back to the workroom and all of the queens were surprised? Well, I was too. In my personal opinion, Jax absolutely won this lip sync, but they just wanted her gone so bad at this point. It's time for one of the best lip syncs from the season. Anitra vs. Sasha. It could have been the double Shantae, but I don't think it's allowed in the lip-sync Lollapalooza. Sasha is still gonna win, which means we're down to Malaysia, Sugar, Anitra, Luxx, and Mistress. Malaysia has a second chance to choose her opponent. She decided to go with Spice, which means she would choose Sugar here. I wonder if Sugar would know about Malaysia not knowing the words to Don't Go Yet. I think she would know that. Originally, Malaysia won against Spice, which was rigged in my opinion, because Spice did better. I also think Sugar would be able to beat Malaysia here, so she gets to stay and Malaysia is still in danger of going home. It's time for the three-way lip sync between Luxx, Anitra, and Mistress. I decided to keep Luxx as the winner because I think she did a tiny bit better than Anitra, and Mistress wouldn't be able to outperform her either. So, we have the bottom three of Malaysia, Anitra, and Mistress. It's time to save one queen before the final lip sync. Originally, Anitra's ball was chosen, but we all know it was rigged as hell because they just wanted her to save Spice and have a strong lip sync at the end. This time, I think the person whose ball would be chosen is Mistress Isabelle Brooks. She would save Anitra, and we would get the Mistress vs. Malaysia lip sync we've been waiting for the whole season. I think it's clear Mistress would stay here, as lip-syncing is not Malaysia's strong suit. We have to say goodbye to Malaysia baby doll fox, and now it's time for the ball. So, Sugar and Jax are here over Malaysia and Spice. Sasha Colby ended up winning this challenge, but I don't necessarily agree with that. Sasha was actually my fourth favorite because I think Luxx's looks were a bit better, plus the look she made was something we have never seen before, so I decided to put her high. Mistress Isabelle Brooks totally deserved to win this challenge. The look she made was absolutely gorgeous, and her previous two looks also were strong. Anitra's second look wasn't good, but the one she made was amazing, so I kept her high. As for the bottoms, originally Spice and Selena had to lip sync, and Lucy was low. I don't know how Sugar and Jax would do, but I think Sugar would be fine. I don't know if I'm correct, but I think Spice once said that Sugar is the one who has better sewing skills out of the two. Here are her first two looks, and I think they are the definition of safe. I think Jax might be in trouble though. Here's her first look. I don't know what she would do for the second category, and how she would do in the last one. Lucy's first two looks were not good, but the look she did in the workroom was the best out of the three, so I decided to keep her low, and Jax will lip sync against Selena. I don't want to be shady, but this was Selena's worst lip sync of the season. She did much better in her other lip syncs, but here she wasn't giving. I think from the original bottom two, Spice was the winner of the lip sync, and here Jax would for sure take the win. So we halfway through the season, and it is time for the interview challenge. Originally, the winner of this episode was Sasha Colby, and once again, I do not agree with that. She did a good job, but the one who should have won it was Luxx Noir London. Lucy also had a strong night, but I enjoyed Luxx's interview more, and her runway was also stronger than Lucy's. Malaysia and Selena were originally in the bottom, but in this scenario, both of them are gone, which means we have to pick someone else to lip sync. I think Sugar once again would do good in the challenge. I was considering to put her in the top, but Lucy, Sasha, Luxx, and even Anitra did such a good job, so I decided to keep Sugar safe. Marcia and Mistress flopped hard, but Mistress's runway look was so strong. I cannot predict how Jax would do, but I don't see her succeeding, so I decided to put her in the bottom with Marcia. Both of them are an amazing performers, but it's Jax's third time in the bottom, and Marcia's first, and I think she would be able to beat Jax, which means Jax is gonna leave here. And we will be moving on to the stand-ups. They were split into duos, and one queen ended up alone. At first it was Selena, but she had the opportunity to choose her partner or stay solo, and she chose Mistress. Here we have Sugar instead of Selena, so I think she would as well pick Mistress because they were very close. Originally Luxx and Lucy won this challenge, and I did not change it. They worked well as a duo, so it was fully deserved. I think Sugar would be comfortable performing with Mistress, so I kept them safe. Y'all are gonna call me a Sugar stan at this point, but I don't care, because it really is what I think would have happened. Anitra was struggling, and it just wasn't her night. Marcia did decent, but I think overall Sasha did better, so we are still gonna have the lip sync between Anitra and Marcia. They really showed us who's boss. Bitch. This is the double shantay of the season, period. It's still the top 7, and time for the Ritical. Marcia wanted to make it to this episode so bad, and in this timeline she did. I'm gonna say this is her time to finally snatch the win. It is her strong suit, and I think she would do very well. Everyone did great this episode, but since last time no one went home, someone has to go now. I don't see Sugar doing better than any of the other queens, and the other person I decided to put in the bottom is Luxx, just because she had a smaller role. Lucy did amazing, and I have no idea why they put her in the bottom too. So, Luxx and Sugar are gonna lip sync against each other, and Sugar would for sure lose the lip sync and got eliminated. But 7th place is much better than 14th, isn't it? Now it's time for the Makeover challenge. Originally Anitra won it, but I don't think she should have won. She did solid, but in my opinion Sasha Colby did the best, and so I gave her the win here. I kept Mistress high, but originally Lucy LaDuca was in the bottom and went home this episode. Now we still have 6 queens in the competition, and I think Marcia would for sure end up in the bottom here. It was a running joke that Marcia wears very little makeup, and I don't think she would be able to succeed. I'm sure this lip sync would be very close, but I decided to give the win to Luxx Noir London, which means Marcia is eliminated at 6th place. The last maxi challenge before the finale was the remix, and this time Lucy is still here. I don't know how she would do, but I think she would do better than Anitra and Mistress because they were both struggling a little. Originally, Sasha Colby ended up winning the challenge, but I enjoyed Luxx's verse more, so I gave her the win instead. Her verse was just so catchy, and in my opinion the best. Anitra and Mistress are gonna lip sync, and we already had the double shantay this season, which means Mistress Isabel Brooks is gonna go home right before the finale. I love her, but Anitra clearly did better in the lip sync. So, we have our top 4 of Luxx, Anitra, Lucy, and Sasha. We need to cut 2 queens before the lip sync for the crown. Sasha absolutely destroyed the finale, and her performance to Goddess was breathtaking, so she's for sure in the final 2. I think the 2nd spot should go to Luxx Noir London. In this scenario, she won more challenges than she did originally, and her original song was also really good. That means we have to say goodbye to Anitra and Lucy, and it's time to reveal the winner of the season. The winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15 is Sasha Colby. There is no other possibility in which Sasha Colby would not win. She's just a legend, and everybody knew she's the one. Congratulations to Sasha Colby. And what do you think? Do you agree with the changes I made? Let me know in the comments.